Hello everyone, welcome to Study Quest. Today is 25th October 2025 and in this video I am going to explain today's Assam Tribune editorial. This editorial will be useful for your GS4 ethics paper. So let's start the video. Today's topic is leadership versus management and it is written by Mukesh Agarwal, who is a retired IPS officer. What he said is that strong governance demands a balance of management discipline and leadership vision to drive citizen centric, which is accountable for transformation. So let's see what he said in this article. In the first paragraph, he just mentioned about the meanings of the terms leadership and management, and he said that these terms are often used interchangeably, but they represent distinct philosophies and practices. So, what leadership is? So, leadership is not only about charisma or personality, but it actually defines one's vision, empathy, and inspiration. So, what is leadership? It's about vision, empathy, and inspiration. Next is management, which management ensures the structure, discipline, and the execution. Now, effective organizations need both strong leadership and management. In the next paragraph, we just gave an example that of Satya Nadella, that is the CEO of Microsoft, and he said that he maintained the balance of leadership and management because he reshaped Microsoft's culture from a know it all attitude to a learn it all approach, which fostered empathy, innovation, and collaboration while implementing agile systems and digital transformation that have tripled the company's value. Next, he just gave an example of Apollo Hospital, which has increased its healthcare access through telemedicine, preventive care, and digital integration while maintaining financial and social balance. So, he said that in India, however, bureaucracy remains largely managerial. That is, it focuses mainly on the rules and regulations and hierarchy and to meet the evolving social and economic or the technological changes. The system, that is the bureaucracy, must infuse leadership qualities at the implementation stage so that it will inspire innovation, accountability, and citizen centric governance with a genuine more sense of ownership of challenges and problems. Then he just gave the heading of a conceptual distinction of leadership and management. So, how management and leadership are different. So, he said that leadership is about people, vision, and transformation. What leadership emphasizes is inspiration and motivation of or motivating the teams, which goes beyond the routine. Okay, and vision means defining long-term goals and direction, and change make it makes leadership makes changes which involves challenging the status of quo when necessary, and it empowers entails trusting and enabling individuals to enhance the performance. Okay, now next is what is management then management in contrast is about the process systems and efficiency, and management mainly focuses on planning and setting measurable objectives, organizing and structuring resources while directing and assigning roles, ensuring compliance and controlling as well as monitoring the performance and correct the deviations. Okay, so managers are more concerned with doing things better, faster and cheaper, and it is about coping with complexities. Now, next subheading that he put is about bureaucracy, that is a legacy of management. So, India's bureaucracy, we all know, is rooted from the colonial era, and it mainly rooted in the management principles, that is hierarchy, control, and compliance, which suit. Means this type of legacy is suited for the early nation building needs, but now the need of hour is something else. In the modern expectations of efficiency, accountability, and citizen participation is more important. So, state governments are tasked with delivering on health, education, then infrastructure and welfare of other parameters, often face gaps between the policy and implementation. What political leaders may set visionary goals, but the existing implementing system with constrained leadership capacity cut the edge level, which hinders smooth execution. So, overemphasis on procedures over people leaves governance overly top down and less responsible to the citizens. So we should learn something from the corporate sectors, that how their corporate sector is so successful in today's time. So successful corporations thrive because they combine management and leadership. So this is what we need in the bureaucracy too, because these include visionary leadership, professional management, accountability mechanism, then innovation culture, and customer centric approaches are there in the corporate lessons, along with the welfare of all the stakeholders while taking decisions. So these principles is adapted intelligently, and government should take lessons from the corporate sector. Now, how we can bridge the gap? So, for the Indian states and bureaucracies to move from rule driven systems to citizen focused outcomes, leadership must complement management. And a few areas where both concepts can align include vision and strategic planning, and performance management, including introduction of key performance indicators. And this will empower the frontline and decentralization of powers, and it will innovate and change the management. Then talent development will be there, and continuous leadership programs and ethical leadership should be incorporated. Now, there are some examples of Indian states which has shown tremendous or marvelous leadership qualities. For example, the disaster management and resilience in Orissa, then environmental and sustainable governance in Sikkim, etc. So you can put many more examples. Then another subtopic is given, that is adopting corporate concepts. So we all know that corporate practices offer useful lessons, but governance is not about business. And there are differences, such as the corporate sector mainly focuses on high priority on equity and inclusion, but governance is all about efficiency. And governance should be like in line with the public accountability and transparency, and the operation of bureaucracy within the constitutional and legal frameworks. So there is a roadmap for the reform. So to create a governance culture that embodies both management and leadership, Indian states can adopt a phased roadmap covering reorientation of the bureaucratic training, then institutionalization of vision statements, then introduction of performance contracts, then citizen feedback should be there, then collaborative governance should be there, that is which will encourage the partnership with private sector, academia and civil society to co-create the solutions. And leadership development should be there, that is it will identify and groom the high potential officers for leadership roles regardless of seniority. And most important, in today's world, there should be use of technology which will leverage AI, big data, and blockchains for transparent and efficient service delivery. So, at last, he just concluded by saying that India's governance system, especially at the state level, stands at a crossroads. The administrative machinery is excellent at management, maintaining order, following rules, and ensuring continuity. But what is needed is leadership to inspire, innovate, and drive citizen centric changes. And by borrowing the best practices from all over the world, from mainly from the corporate world, the state can transform their bureaucracies into engines of inclusive growth. And the journey forward is not about choosing between management and leadership, but about harmonizing them. So today's question is on ethics GS4. Leadership and management are often used interchangeably, yet they differ significantly in their ethical approach and impact. In the context of public service, discuss how ethical leadership differs from ethical management. So illustrate with the suitable examples. So you can start by writing about the difference between leadership and management, which are the two sides of effective governance, but they differ in their essence. And Then you can mention about the meanings of management and leadership. That is management, which focuses mainly on the process, systems, and efficiency. That is doing things right. And leadership, on the other hand, is about vision, inspiration, and values. That is the doing the right things. So the main difference is. Between them are management is equivalent to doing things right, and leadership is about doing the right things. Then you can mention about the ethical managers, which ensures that rules are followed, resources are used properly, and performance targets are met fairly. That is, their ethics lies on the compliance and accountability. Here you can give the example of Apollo hospitals, and then write about the ethical leader, which goes beyond compliance. That is, they inspire moral behavior, uphold integrity, and they can do work even under pressure and set examples that influence others to act ethically, where you can give the examples of Satya Nadella, that is the CEO of Microsoft. And then for the public service, you can write about the ethical leadership is crucial because rules are alone cannot guide every moral dilemma, and leadership brings empathy, courage, and vision into decision making, while management ensures a structure and order. So you can mention about the different loopholes and the ways in which we can overcome these loopholes. Thus, while ethical management sustains a system, ethical leadership transforms it, and as a good civil servant needs both the heart of a leader and the discipline of a manager. So, with that, you can conclude your answer nicely, and I hope you will be able to write the answer. So, write your own answer, and we will meet in the next video. Till then, take care.